So we now have a map view that's centering on our user's location. And we have some dreams. Now we want to display our data on the map view. In this video, we're going to look at how we can create a bespoke MK annotation. And then we'll use NSFetchResultsController to display our data on the map view. In the last video, we learned how to present a map view. But it's often the case that we want to present data on our map view. So in this video, we're going to look at how we can take the data that we have and show it on the map view for our users. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to amend all of our initial dreams. And we're going to put a latitude and a longitude for each of them. So we're going to go to the app delegate, and for the very first one, I'm going to put lat is equal to minus 33.8587 and long 151.2140. Then I'm going to copy this, and for each one of the items in the initial dreams, I'm going to set their longitude and latitude. We then want to go to our core data and add in these new attributes on our entity. But before we do that, I want to increment the model version. So I'll go to Editor, and I'll click Add Model Version, and I'll click Finish. Then I'll make sure that the new version is set as the current version. And then I'll go into the dream entity, and I'll add in lat as a double, and I'll add lng long as a double. Now I'm going to add in my NSManaged vars. So I'll put at NSManaged var within the dream plus core data properties, and that'll be lat and set that as a double, and then at NSManaged var lng, and I'll set that as a double. Then we'll just move across to our dream, and within the populate with dictionary, we're going to create a new constant within the binding, which will be lat, and then the dictionary will just check for a lat as a double, and then we'll put let lng as a double. And finally, we'll set both the self.lat and the self.long within the scope of the let binding. Now I'm going to add a new file, and I call this dream annotation. An annotation is the object that powers the annotation view that appears within a map view. And annotation views can take on many different forms. MK annotation is a protocol, and this time it's going to sit on top of an NS object. So first of all, let's import our map kit. And then we'll create a new class, and we'll call this dream annotation. And I'm going to make that a subclass of NS object, and then have it implement the protocol MK annotation. The MK annotation requires that it has a title and the coordinate, which is a CL location coordinate 2D. Then I'm going to create a new initializer, and I'm going to have that pass in the title as a string and the coordinate as a CL location coordinate 2D. Then I'll set the self.title to the title that's been passed through, and the self.coordinate to the coordinates that passed through. And finally, I'll call super.init. Now let's jump over to our Dreams map view controller. So the first thing we'll do within here is we'll import our core data. And the way we're going to present all of our data is by using our NSFetchResultsController. So we'll call private lazy var fetchResultsController NSFetchResultsController. And within here we'll do guard-let managed object context is equal to core data manager dot shared manager dot managed object context. Otherwise we'll return nil. Then we're going to create our fetch request, which we'll create as NSFetchRequest, and we'll put that with an entity name of dream. We'll set our sort descriptors, and we'll put that as NSSort descriptors with the key name ascending true, and we'll set the fetch request sort descriptors, and then we'll create a new property for the results controller, which will be an NSFetchRequest controller with the fetch request passed in and our managed object context passed in. And the other two we'll set as nil. And then we'll return the fetch results controller. Now, within our viewDidLoad, we'll create a doCatch statement, and within here we'll try to perform a fetch. Then, once it's returned, we'll check to see whether the sections count is greater than 0 for the fetch results controller. Then we'll get the initial section at index 0 within the sections, and we'll take the objects as the objects within that section as an array of dreams. where the object's count is greater than 0. Then we'll create a for loop for every dream within these objects, and we'll create an annotation with the dream annotation, with the title from the dream.name, and the coordinate will make a CL location coordinate 2D and pass across the dream.lat and the dream.lng. And then we'll add the annotation to the map view. Now let's build and run. When we click on the icon, let's zoom out on the map. And as we do, we can start to see our dreams appear on the map. So we're now able to present all of our data on our map view. In the next video, we're going to see how we can work with map view delegate methods